Hello, everyone. Excuse me for my voice. I do have a bit of a cold, but last I saw, there's a direct tomorrow. So I'm going to talk about some predictions I have. I'm trying not to let myself get too excited. And so let's just jump right into it. Something I'm 100% certain they're going to announce, mainly because I'm certain this is the main point of the direct. We still know little to nothing about their online services. They're going to talk about that. We already know their prices. We already know some of the perks that come with it, being the virtual console, or at least what's left of it. They have NES games coming on, and what I heard was a Netflix-like fashion. Sounds weird saying out loud, like really weird. But one of my predictions is actually coming from, I've heard rumors. I haven't looked too deep into myself, but apparently the SNES controller was shown, not shown, but like, I don't know, it's hidden in the site somewhere, and people found it. People talking about maybe SNES games could potentially be part of this new virtual console Netflix thing. I'm going to go out and predict that maybe in order to help entice people to want to get the online service some more, to rekindle people's interest, that maybe they'll add in some SNES games. Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart probably being two of the bigger ones that they could reveal at the direct to really get people hyped. They're definitely also going to reveal when this is going to come out. I mean, September has already started, and there's still nothing that we see of this. So it's probably going to be the second half of September. I don't know the cutoff off the top of my head. The online service is definitely going to be in there somewhere. To talk about the elephant in the room, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It just got a direct for itself, and honestly, it's definitely going to be in this direct. I don't care what people say, because it's one of their big titles for the year. There's no way they can go a single direct at this point without talking about it. I'm probably not going to focus too long on it because of the direct they just had. But I'm going to go out and say they're going to reveal 2 new characters. That's my prediction. 2 new characters. One's going to be an Echo, and the other is going to be an actual full-on character. Now, I'm going to give in to what a lot of other people have speculated and stuff like that I've honestly thought might be a little dumb, because it sounds really dumb looking at couches and chairs in the background and whatnot, but I'm going to go out and say they might go with Skull Kid. They might reveal Skull Kid. The villains versus heroes seeming focus of the Super Smash Bros. Games, it makes sense. Young Link gets his own antagonist. Besides, it would be awesome. I mean, we only have one other villain from Zelda so far, and even with the changes he's had, he's still pretty similar to Captain Falcon. I mean, obviously, he has enough differences to stand his own, saying that he now has his swords like that. If you can't see, like that. Except, obviously, not black. And a katana. So then the other character I'm going to predict, both of these characters, even though one of them is an Echo, I'm going to predict they're going to each get their own individual trailer. But the second character I'm going to predict is Shadow as an Echo for Sonic. And the reason why I think Shadow of all the Echo Fighters is going to get his own trailer. Daisy didn't get her own. Chrom didn't get his own. Dark Samus didn't get... I don't even know what prefix to give Dark Samus. None of the Echo Fighters have gotten their own trailer. In fact, Simon's not the Echo. Richter had to share a trailer with Simon. Lucina had to share a trailer with Robin. Then Dark Pit sort of shares the trailer with Palutena, but that's only if you count his last second appearance.
Dark Pit, you just dropped in to crash my party?
Uh-huh.
reason why I think Shadow gets on is because he is a main character of Sonic. There's no other Sonic reps yet. And honestly, I don't think there's going to be anyone other than Shadow. There's going to be Shadow or no one. Sorry, Tails fans. I love Tails. He was one of my favorite characters growing up, but I really doubt it. The last thing I'm going to predict about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, they're not going to show off that new blurred out mode, which we're all assuming is adventure mode. They're not going to show off an adventure mode or anything like that. They're probably not going to talk too much about it, because I honestly think, kind of like Super Smash Bros. 4, even though that had 2 different versions, I really think they're going to have another Super Smash Bros. Direct later in December, like right before the game comes out, to ensure that people are still hyped for it. I mean, how could you not be hyped for it? But yeah, they're probably going to have another Smash Bros. Delete. They're going to have another Super Smash Bros. Direct in December. That's going to be my prediction. They might not announce that at this Direct, so it's not really a Direct. This Direct. I'm also going to go out and say that they're probably going to save Banjo and Kazooie or Geno, if they're in the game at all. They're going to save them for that Super Smash Bros. Direct in December. So that's all my predictions about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, the other game I really wanted to talk about is Super Mario Party, and how it could be the saving grace of Mario Party. They're going to talk a lot about Super Mario Party. I'm going to talk. Remember when, I can't remember which Direct it was in. The March Direct. That was forever ago. But they basically had an entire section dedicated to just Mario Tennis Aces. I feel like they're going to do that with Super Mario Party, mainly because there's still a lot about the game we don't know, despite knowing all the characters already, or at least it seems that way. We only know 2 boards. We've seen many games, and we haven't seen any modes, or haven't even seen any confirmation of if there's going to be a story mode or any story in general. We learned in the first Mario Party that there doesn't need to be a story mode for there to be a story. I mean, there's just a cutscene right before the game starts. And so, I don't know. There's really not that much we know about Super Mario Party, and it's coming out in a month or so. They really need to reveal more about Super Mario Party as soon as they can. Also going to come out and say they will... I probably should have started out the video by saying this, but I'm not going to be talking about any 3DS things. I'm not going to talk anything about the 3DS in this video, by the way. Might be late, but too late now. I mean, I already got my notes. So I think they're going to reveal a few more ports, though. They might come out this year. I'm feeling a little more towards next year, 2019. But I'm going to come out and say I really don't think they're going to do a new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, like people are saying. I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me. Probably the title, kind of like how I thought, and now we currently know, that Super Smash Bros. For Wii U is not going to be ported over to the Switch. And people saying that it would didn't sit right with me because, well, it says in the title for Wii U. You can't just slap Deluxe on that and put it on the Switch. And I kind of feel the same way about New Super Mario Bros. U. Mainly because the U in the logo, honestly, is supposed to be for the Wii U. End of story. It really does not sit well with me for that to happen. So, other titles I think they're going to talk about, they're going to talk about Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. That's going to be a big one. Not as big as Super Mario Party. Definitely not as big as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but they're going to talk about Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. They're going to talk about Fire Emblem Three Houses a little bit, probably. They're going to reveal more about the new Yoshi game. I feel like they're going to at least give it a name. Especially now that they've done us the indecency to push it back a year. Not for a few maybes, I think they might reveal Animal Crossing. Might. And if they do, they will probably just leave it at Animal Crossing tentative title, like they did with Yoshi, and like what they did with Breath of the Wild when they first revealed it, and so on and so forth. they might show us a little teaser for Pikmin 4, kind of like what they did with Metroid Prime 4 at E3, whenever that was. And I think they might do that just because, like, I feel like we're at this point where people are kind of forgetting about that, and if they're actually working on it, I think they're going to want to remind the people. Just be like, hey, we're here, we're making a fourth, be excited. Now, I'm also going to come out and say I don't think they're going to talk about Metroid Prime 4. I really don't. Maybe a Metroid Prime Trilogy HD, but they're not going to talk about Prime 4 unless they're just be like, oh, while you wait for this, here's Metroid Prime Trilogy HD, which I also doubt will be in this direct, but I think that's still more possible than Metroid Prime 4 being in the direct. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Where do I start? Nintendo didn't give a crap until recently. Like, we literally have gone an entire year without getting anything really new for it. Recently, they've added in the Labos connectivity, and then just out of nowhere, Breath of the Wild Link for free. With some new vehicles. I think if they're going to reveal any other DLC packs for Mario Kart 8, now would be the time. Part of me feels like because of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, it might be Pikachu that's in. Maybe not Eevee. That might be a little harder. You never know. Maybe. But I'm not going to really try and predict who could be, because really it could just be Captain Falcon. Lots of people have been asking for that, and the Switch has really been one of the things that I've been like, you want this? Here you go. And so, I'm not going to try and guess who the characters are. Those are just some ideas I'm throwing out there. But if they're going to add Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC, I feel like now would be the time to do it. And then finally, I'm going to come out and say I really think now is going to be the time of Star Fox Grand Prix. It might sound weird saying that was like some big dumb leak back in E3. Part of me feels like there's a chance that could be real, especially with all the complaints that came up with Star Fox Zero and such. I feel like they took it out of. They might have just taken it out of the presentation because it needed more time, or maybe the leak itself just made them not want to do it. They're like, oh, we don't want to ruin any big surprise. Push that back a little bit. And so, yeah. Star Fox Grand Prix, my final prediction might be a little crazy and out there, but I really think that's what's going to happen. So, I may be right, I may be wrong, I may be stupid, but I don't care. We'll see you with tomorrow's direct. Bye.